I am just going to record this quickly because I saw it on the internet and I wanted to make a comment based on minimal information or limited information. I just know that what I saw and what that means. So, IGN reported that Microsoft is closing Redfall's Arkane studio, Hi-Fi Rush's Tango Gameworks studio, and two others, I believe. It's specifically Arkane Austin, not Arkane in general. So there's still hope for another Dishonored game, though probably not because I love both of those games. Still need to play the DLC to the second game. Anyhow, um, so like my initial feelings are the state of AAA gaming is kind of messed up in general, just because expectations seem to be unobtainable or unrealistic. And this is an opinion that other people have had, so it's not like my own opinion necessarily, but it's an opinion that I agree with in a lot of ways. And considering that most of my focus and interest has been on indie games more so than anything, just because they seem to be more fun and more interesting to me, though I absolutely love AAA titles if they're good games. So here I am. I like video games. Wow. Um, but a lot of the takes I'm seeing, Twitter, awesome place, is that from people and people who are interested in outrage are just like, oh, look at this, the guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. Oh, you have a really successful game and then you're gonna like cancel it, or you're gonna cancel it. I mean, destroy the studio. Blah 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 blah. Greed, greed, greed. It's all greed. It is. It is greed for sure. To a degree, I would assume, because ultimately it comes down to like how something not produces. Wow. Hello, brain. Where did it go? The word performs. There you go. Hi-Fi Rush is one of my favorite games, or one of my favorite game experiences. It was excellent. It was fun. Excellent graphics. The story was interesting. The gameplay was fun. The rhythm mechanics were awesome. It was a clever as all get out game. Awesome game. Didn't sell well. One thing I could say to that potentially, or as a why it happened, is it was only on Xbox and PC. So opening it up to all of the consoles would have been couldn't have hurt. Also, I don't believe they promoted it very much. At least that's my off the cuff shooting from the hip thought. So I mean that's something too. But ultimately, the game didn't sell enough. Basically. At least from what I understand. I'm not researching this at this moment. This is just me pulling from what I've read in the past. So I could be wrong. None of this should be taken as 100%. This is just my opinion. So whatever. But it didn't perform. Okay. Tough. That sucks. It sucks. It does suck. It sucks to the people who are losing their jobs. That blows. Hopefully it said in the statement said that they were going to potentially, and I'm reading from a Microsoft, I'm sorry, an IGN article. Reading from a tweet from my IGN article, so kind of trying to bring that shit up. But they basically said that they're going to try to assimilate people into or bring people into other parts within Bethesda. So I mean, that's not business. Fucking sucks, really, and that's the thing too, because you get the creatives who are upset, which they should be, because you're creative and your whole point is to create. And the business side you could possibly give two shits less about because you don't care. You're talking about creating a product that's good, and that's important. However, the bottom line when it comes to a company is also money, and that also makes sense. And that comes to any company, and it sucks. And it does suck because it can happen to anybody, not just creatives. And it blows, and it's unfair. And my dad would say, tough titty, said the kitty, because it doesn't matter if it sucks. I mean, it sucks, or it doesn't matter if it's fair or not. It's the way it is, which is shitty and sucks. And I would hope beyond hope that in the cases where studios get shuttered, that those creatives maybe can come together and build their own thing and do an indie studio. And I've heard other opinions from people that indies are the way to go, and they kind of are in terms of a lot of like quality games are coming from indie studios. And with the tools that are available now, it seems like it's easier and easier for a small team to make really fantastic work or a fantastic product that takes off. I mean, I'm just now getting my feet wet with Helldivers, and that game is a blast. and that's an independent studio. Well, Sony, but still, the small Arrowhead's a small studio, smaller studio. Could be wrong. Again, shoot from the hips. Pew pew. Don't know. Anyhow, this story sucks. I mean, it sucks for the people involved. It blows. It sucks because I really did love Hi-Fi Rush, and I would have loved to see a continuation in that universe. It's a great thing. It's really unfortunate that they're going to fuck the IP like this. That blows. Though maybe they won't. Maybe they'll continue the IP somehow, just under a different studio internally within Bethesda or Microsoft. I don't know. It is shitty though. And when anytime anyone loses their job, it fucking sucks and it's crap and it blows. And there is definitely a side to this where you could say, realistically, I understand how they could come to this from a business standpoint potentially, but also fully acknowledging and understanding also that it blows and it's shitty to the people who are affected by it. It sucks. That's livelihoods, that's income, that's food, that's housing. It's all the things that those people depended on. So it sucks. I still feel that Game Pass from a consumer standpoint is of tremendous value, but they do need to do things well when it comes to the things that they're producing. And I feel like potentially maybe they could do a little bit better with promoting things, because there's shit that comes out. I watch, and this is a little bit of a little separate rant. A couple things just popped up on Game Pass that I'm super interested in. Well, one specifically right now that I did not know was coming there. Have a Nice Death. I was going to buy this on Steam. Didn't know it was coming to Game Pass. That's sweet. So I will be firing up that beautiful little piece of artwork there. But also I bought Jedi Survivor a couple months ago. Game Pass, EA Play, bam. Another Crab's Treasure, something I heard about that I really want to try, on there. Awesome. Roller Dome, which has been on there a while, I really want to play because it looks really interesting. I think that studio got fucked too. Not sure if that's true. Yeah. Take-Two closed Roller Drome, and Kerbal Space Program 2 studios. Like, it's happening everywhere, and it sucks. That's shit. But I definitely will be playing that game because it looked really cool. What else showed up? Orcs Must Die 3 looked kind of interesting. Harold Halibut just popped off a couple weeks ago. I started that game. It'll be coming out on Saturday. It was supposed to be I was supposed to release my first video on Saturday. This past Saturday, but moving got in the way. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. What is this? Oh, it's the remakes. That game was great too, but I already played it. But yeah, they put out quality stuff on here. They fill it with a bunch of other shit too, but there's quality stuff on Game Pass for the price. It's fantastic. It sucks. It sucks hard for the developers and the creatives who are getting fucked in this scenario, and it blows and it's sad. And it sucks, and I hope that they can do something with it, because like there's a lot of cool ideas, like a lot of cool ideas that come from small teams that have, and this is going to sound stupid, small teams seem to have the privilege of not having to be concerned with the bottom line necessarily, or this, not the bottom line, but the tremendous amount of financial success to be able to be successful. You can have a small team, have a very focused approach to a game, or a focused idea, work on it, small team, put it out there with the resources available, bam, because there's a lot of tools available, and bam, you have an awesome game that hits and takes off. Yeah, so this sucks. I'm interested to hear more information on it, because it is very still much a breaking story scenario, and a lot of the takes that you see, like, oh, Phil Spencer, this, like he's this, like he should get fired or something. They're bringing up Satya Nadella's in net worth or whatever, and Phil Spencer's net worth, and how it's just greed. It's like, okay, yeah, these people. I'm not here licking boots here, but those positions to bring with them a large income. Obviously, I do think back to the Nintendo president, was it, that decided when they were doing shitty, I think during the Wii U days, that he cut his income, was it? I think it's the first time I've done a video like this. Uh, yeah, Iwata took a 50% pay cut to help employees' salaries to prevent people from being laid off. That's a baller fucking big dick move. That unfortunately is so fucking rare, and that's awesome. And it sucks that that doesn't happen more often. Because yeah, greed is a thing, and it sucks. But he's an outlier. Was an outlier. I don't know. It's too much to really know about or come to conclusions on at this point. The wound is fresh, details are scarce, and it fucking sucks for the people again that are affected by this. Hopefully they bounce back. Hopefully they all are able to make a way for themselves, and put out some creative fucking content that's awesome, and maybe have more creative freedom and create amazing stuff. So I wanted to get these thoughts off my head, because I saw it and I started angrily tweeting about it, about people or commenting on things, and I'm like, well, this isn't good. How about we get our ideas out there? So here I am commenting on that. If you like this, I'm going to put it up today, because my new internet makes it possible for me to render a video. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the internet, but I can upload it, and I watched a 5 gigabyte video go up in minutes. This is crazy. Crazy fast. So I'll probably put this up today. Do yourself a favor if you haven't played these games, because I'm just kind of looking through Game Pass right now. If you haven't played Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori Will of the Wisps, do that. The game's awesome. Death's Door, fantastic game. Loved it. So much character. Tunic, if you want to hate yourself, because it's for someone like myself, was very confusing, because you get very lost, and it very much is like, figure it out. Hi-Fi Rush hits home. That game is great. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot, because it's a fantastic title. Cocoon. Oh, Cocoon was I cannot explain enough how mind fucking bending that game was for me. Just some of the things that it did blew my mind up. I think I may have made a clip to that happening, it was intense. But yeah, and there's stuff coming up that looks really cool. Like the Hellblade sequel, I need to play Hellblade. I tried playing it and it freaked me out to the point where I'm like, this makes me uncomfortable, because I didn't like all the talking, the psychological shit. But that game is so fucking good, and the sequel's coming out, and I do want to play the sequel, so I want to give it a shot. But that Hellblade 2 is coming out on the 21st. Again, Game Pass. Like, it's just there. That's wild. Ugh. Anyhow, yeah, there's value there for the consumer. They really need to consider the creatives, so too. I mean, profits are important, but it is also something you got to consider. Like, you need to take a loss on things sometimes to create good art. And just a side note before I go, this kind of ties into how my feelings on sci-fi. Like, I'm a lover of sci-fi. I love science fiction. Most of my books are science fiction that I read. Sci-fi, fantasy, and then like maybe some thriller, crime shit. But I feel like in order to make make good sci-fi content, like good movies, good television shows, one, you have to understand that those aren't a good product. Does not necessarily, with science fiction, result in like fucking Game of Thrones levels of profits. A lot of the shit's super heady and weird, and concepts are kind of out there, are definitely out there, and it doesn't cater to everybody necessarily. It's not going to cater to a wide audience. That doesn't mean the content isn't good and the product isn't a good product. So I feel like the only way to really make that successful is to pad it with, or insulate it with, a bunch of garbage, reality TV shit. Make your money off of that, and then have the goal of taking some of that cash and putting it aside to produce fantastic science fiction. How are you going to do this? Who's going to want to do this? No one. But that would make sense because you get some trash fucking TV that prinks in the eyes, because who doesn't want to watch trash TV? You can say you don't, but guarantee you're going to watch it. Use that to fucking fund quality projects. Think about it. Could happen. This is my new office. It's much smaller than my last office, but it works a lot better, I think, in terms of sound. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'll put this up. Let me know your thoughts. Also, let me know if you like me talking to the camera like this, in addition to my video game stuff. Because I'm going to continue to play video games, but I also have opinions, and I'm kind of getting tired of, or I'm kind of interested in sharing more of them when it comes to gaming content. Why not? Maybe content in general. Entertainment in general. Who knows? Production values are dirt bottom, or the bottom of the barrel over here at the moment. So we'll see. With that, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.